Hey guys, welcome back to Keto Rewind. I'm Jess, and today's recipe is going to be basically me showing you how to make these turkey meatballs. They are a 10. They are delicious, keto, kid approved, and so easy to make. I like to make up a big batch ahead of time, and I'll reuse this same meatball in about 3 other recipes or just eat them by themselves as a snack. So yeah. Let's make them. I will post the link to the recipe below, and here's how you do it. Okay, so what you're going to need is a big bowl. I love to use stainless for these because they're nice and wide. You're going to need Parmesan cheese. I have 3 pounds of ground turkey, and the recipe calls for 2. So that's why I have a little bit more here. I'd like to make big batches up. That's why what I'm showing in this video is different than what the recipe shows. But for me, I grabbed this ground turkey, which is 3 pounds, 3 eggs, Parmesan cheese, onion powder, garlic powder, pink salt, and almond flour. So I personally, you can do fresh in the recipe, but my kids don't like chunks. So instead of using like a chopped diced onion, chopped garlic, I just use the powder, and then we have no complaints from the kid department. Little tip for you. Okay, so what you're going to need, we're going to start with the almond flour. All right, after the almond flour, we're going to add in our Parmesan cheese. I get this one from my local Sprouts, but any Parmesan cheese will be just fine, but you want it to be grated. And I'm doing a little bit more than the recipe, so don't watch my amounts. All right, next up, we're going to do our pepper. Next one we're going to do is our pink salt. Like I said, the recipe will be linked down below. And onion powder. I hate how they put these tops in. I need the big one. Garlic powder. I'm weird about eggs. I like to scramble or mix them first before I put them all in so that they're nice evenly. Ooh, my goodness, I had trouble there with that egg. But I like my eggs to be just beaten before I put them in a recipe. You can totally skip this step. All right, and then 2 things. I like to mix this all up before I mix it all together. It just makes for even tasting meatballs. So I give it a good fine mix before I actually add in my egg and my turkey. Another optional step. And the best way to mix this is going to be hands. I have tried so many times to mix these recipes, and I simply cannot do it without using my hands. So, like I said, beat the egg before you put it in. It just makes for everything being very well mixed. We want consistency. Put that in there. And then we're going to add our turkey. And if you have jewelry or anything on, take it off before you handle it. It just makes for easier cleanup. I'm using 85/15, but you can use less, like 93/7 or something. But I found I just like the flavor better. So add this in here, and then we're gonna just mix it. All right, and using those hands, get in there. Whew, it's cold. And get it all good and mixed. Make a good meatball. The recipe calls for 45 meatballs, but it's really going to depend on how big you want your meatballs. Sometimes I will use this, I'll use a turkey meatball and I'll make a soup, and I'll use like a turkey meatball in the soup. So I want mine smaller, or I want them snack size, so I'll make them smaller. But if you want them really big, if you're gonna make like a sauce with them, so just basically make them all, and just note the sizes and get your total, and then you can figure out your macros based on how many you have. But don't be shy to make this recipe your own. I like to make smaller meatballs because they're more fun to eat that way. But that's just my personal taste. So once this looks good and mixed, I'm going to wash my hands and get a little scooper, and we're going to roll them out. Okay, so I use a melon scooper, and I just to make it easy, and I'll make like just rough sized ones, and I'll go back and roll them when I'm done. So yeah, and then the size of your meatball is also going to vary your cooking time, so keep that in mind. But this makes it real easy to roll out, somewhat same sized, easier to calculate macros, that whole thing. So I'll be back when these are all rolled out. Okay, there you are. I have 2 trays full with a couple overflow, and I'm going to basically just cook those up and then, refill my trays until all the meatballs are cooked. So bake them at 400 degrees for about 15 to 17 minutes. And here is the finished product. So I'll make these all up ahead of time and just store them in a Ziploc bag or a plastic container and pop them out and eat them as snacks or use them as part of my entree. So my 2 favorite go-to ways to enjoy these is I will pan fry them with about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of butter. And I will just reheat them real quick in the pan, put a little crisp on the outside, and then I will serve them with a salad. In this particular case, I like to make my own dressing, so I use extra light virgin olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper, and I forgot to show you I have also apple cider vinegar. It's outside of the frame, but I'll just basically sprinkle some salt on my romaine. Pepper is already on there. About a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons, you don't need much, olive oil, and use the extra light olive oil. It makes for a great flavor for salads. But like 1 to 2 teaspoons of that, and then sprinkle some garlic and about a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Toss it all together so everything is, plus garlic. And toss it all together so everything's nice and coated, and serve these on the side. It's so yummy. My kids love this as well, and I usually eat about 6 of them at a time. So yeah. And then my other favorite way is, instead of making a meatball, make a turkey burger with the same exact mixture, and, grill them up on the grill, or, pan fry them or whatnot. And I think this particular flavor profile tastes great with guacamole. So this way you're getting your fat from a good source. And yeah, so that's a great or fun, easy, ways to make these turkey burgers. These turkey meatballs. And, but yeah, sometimes I'll just even have them on the side with some soup, just anything I want to beef up some protein. And yeah, or I snack on them. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Jess, and you're watching Keto Rewind.